Great. Thank you so much, Esther. Hi, everyone. So I'm Rogers. I'll basically introduce myself in a second, but basically the session today is all about your personal brand. And I'm sure some of you have already even heard of that name before. It's just that, like Esther said, it's not so much of a training. It's more of we're going to engage quite a bit. And in a moment, I'll show you the agenda. But just for the sake of people who are new, who haven't really been in these sessions before, this is our third one. And a little bit about myself. Here's just a picture of me holding a parrot. I'd gone out somewhere to see animals. So I just love nature, but ideally, I'm a career skills trainer and coach. I've been doing that for the past 7 years. I've been able to work with, literally, I've worked with Site Savers actually before. I've worked with a company called Usudi. You might find some programs you've gone through have been developed by Usudi. So that was my first place. Then right now, I work for an organization called Athena as an learning experience analyst. So more of the back end now, kind of just supporting trainers. I love playing chess. And my hope is just to touch the world. So basically, when I say touch the world, it's no matter how small the effort, no matter how small, it could be a conversation away, it could be of a game of chess, it could be um, when I'm doing something like this, where I have the privilege to actually come and share the knowledge that I have with you guys, and hopefully that it will touch you and you'll be able to actually walk away with something that you can use. And the controversial thing about me is I love avocado with sugar. I know there are always two camps. If you are in the chat section, if you are an avocado sugar person, show some love with some emojis. But I know most people are normally salt people. I don't know why. I've tried the salty, it doesn't work. So if you are a sugar person, let me know in the chat section. Yeah, together. So that's me in a nutshell. So let me just walk you through the agenda. Esther, kindly just make sure anytime the slide is not being seen, just let me know, because sometimes there are those two technical issues. But I'll try and make this thing, expect it to be interactive, because most of the times I'll be asking you to share the chat section, or we pick someone based on what Esther said, or you can lift up your hand and then Elsie or Esther will help me pick someone. And there's a point you'll do like a breakout room where you get to discuss with each other. So I really hope you'll have fun, because I always believe that despite something being serious, it doesn't mean that we are serious the whole time. We also need to have fun and learn from each other. Okay. So just a nutshell, what we'll be dealing with, of course, there's that welcome and checking that Esther's done. Just understanding what makes a brand memorable, understanding what exactly is a personal brand, because sometimes you might assume you know what it is, only to find out that maybe you have the wrong information. So kind of making sure you have the right information, picking your brand words, because brands are all about words, and you'll see why in a moment. Then in the breakout session, it's more of, after I'll give you like a tool to help you kind of build your personal brand. And then in the breakout sessions, you'll be sharing with people. Okay. Then you'll get to see the reason why this is such a big deal when it comes to personal branding. And then one of the things that you'll expect from now on, even in other sessions, is we'll always be recapping the previous session. And also, I'll always be throwing in a challenge for you to, a set of challenges for you to actually go and apply based on what you've learned. And then the next session, we'll be talking about some of the experiences you've had, the challenges, and we kind of address them and wrap up the session. So can I just see some emojis? How do you feel about today? You can use whichever emoji you want. How do you feel about today's session? Whichever emoji you want. It could be in the midst of a cold. I can see Kiprono is, I don't know if it starts blushing or smiling. Zipporah is looking excited. Let's see some emojis. I know it's cold right now. I don't even know where you're at, but um, thank you, Esther. I can see Levis from Kisii County. Welcome, Levis. Welcome so much. Alex, already I'm seeing hands up, but I'm wondering why are hands up? Because we just need to use the emojis in the chat section. It's only when I'm asking certain questions, then you'll be able to lift up your hand. But for now, it's just emojis in the chat section. Solomon, Yoyo, Jesse. Okay, your hand is lifted. Kevin, welcome. It's your first time. Welcome. We hope you'll have fun. You'll get to connect with people. You'll get to learn something. Yeah. Okay. I see Zipporah is mentioning that she's from Keroka. Social media virtual assistant. Karibu sana. Karibu sana. Erickson from Machakos. Welcome. I can see Omar from Mombasa. Welcome. Philip from Nairobi. Joseph from Kenyatta Road. Mitanjaga from Kiambu. Hey, we have people from all over. Me, I'm in Kiambu County, somewhere in Gitaru. Yeah. So let me just now proceed. So I will encourage you, just let's keep having that energy. Let's keep on sharing the chats. I may not see everything, but Esther and Elsie will be able to help me out. Yeah, I can see some interesting emojis. Someone, Maria, I think you're taking like some tea. Ruben, it's really, really cold, eh? Yeah, so welcome. So just a quick check-in in terms of the previous session. Need to tap on the other, this is now the technical side of things. Okay, so the previous session was all about self-doubt. And just to give some people a recap, because I know there's some new people here. In a nutshell, we started with figuring out what are some of the sources of self-doubt. We looked at things like rejection. When you've been rejected before, you tend to have a lot of self-doubt about it, whether you can be able to still do the same thing again. There's a tendency for us to compare ourselves with each other. There's ableism, where there's that worry that you'd be discriminated against because you have some sort of disability. There's that lack of representation because you have not seen someone like you out there succeeding. You wonder, is there really hope for someone like me? So we looked at the different sources. Then one of the things we concluded that doubt is all in your head. It's all in your mind. It's all about perception. But then you get to determine what you actually think about yourself. Yeah, because experiences will always be there. Kindly mute yourselves if you've just joined and you are not muted. Kindly mute yourselves because sometimes I can hear background noise. Yeah.
Hi, Rogers.
Yes.
There are people who are saying that they can't be able to see Agnes.
They can't
So
see
I
Agnes.
don't know.
Okay.
Yes. I'm also not seeing her.
Esther, can you just help me out with that?
Are you
But
able
in
to
them, okay.
Esther, just
are you able to see her, Elsie?
I can't see her. And I've
Because
also
I
seen a
can see.
And there's
I
also
can
a
see her on my
participant.
end.
There's a participant saying she's not seeing Agnes.
Okay, let's see whether this will work. Just a second. How about now?
Kindly confirm so that I can proceed, because it's quite important that everyone is able to understand.
I don't know if someone else can confirm for me because I don't see her still.
Okay, I can see her.
How about now?
Hello.
Hello.
Agnes is there, but she's on the other screen. So unless you pin her.
She was pinned, but I've had to spotlight her. I hope that would not be an issue.
Oh, but the one who was saying she can't see, I seeing her. So I think, it's okay now.
Yeah, I changed something.
Yeah, so kindly confirm if you can see the presentation, but even though I'll still be verbally sharing what's on the screen, but just confirm that you can still see the presentation, even as we see Agnes.
Yes, I can see.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your patience. We just have to make sure that everyone really understands what's going on. So I was just recapping on the previous session in terms of the sources of self-doubt, the fact that doubt is all in your head. Like, it's most of the times you'd find it's a lot of things that you say to yourself, depending on the kind of experience you've had around rejection, comparison, ableism, or lack of representation. But then we also took time to just look at something that you've achieved, because sometimes we tend to look at the negative. Like if something didn't go well, most of the times we kind of obsess over that and forget all the different amazing things we've been able to do. So that kind of was an opportunity for you to shift your thinking. And one of the things we looked at was also just the fact that your strengths are your asset. When I know sometimes we struggle when we go to interviews or introducing ourselves, but then we kind of came up with a way to structure a way you can introduce yourself that communicates your strengths. So for example, one of the statements was like, I am resilient. Like you picked a particular strength, but then how does it bring value? So I'm resilient and bring calm and focus to any team. So where if someone asked you, okay, we are hiring, yes, you have the skills, but what else makes you stand out? You're able to look at what is that one thing that actually I have as a strength that can be of value. Someone else would be like, I'm very inquisitive, and that enables me to help people brainstorm during when they're trying to solve issues or problems. I'm really good at asking the right questions so that we can arrive at a wonderful answer. Or someone else, they would be like, I'm a person who takes initiative. So I'm able to step in. If there's disorder somewhere, I bring order where there's chaos. So those were just simple things to just help someone at least start having that sense of focusing on your strengths and not so much. Yes, you may be aware in terms of the source of self-doubt and what impacts you, but ideally making sure that you know where your strength lies, okay? So I would just love to hear, of course, because we don't have much time, I would love to hear from people. Maybe we'll pick like two, people can raise their hands and someone can actually share what's something you've done or thought differently since our last session on self-doubt. So either something you did or the way it shifted how you look at things and you've seen it work for you because of that session of self-doubt. So you can, for most of you, can share in the comment section. But then if you want to share verbally, just use the hand emoji to raise your hand, and then Esther or Elsie will help you pick like two people to just share the experience. Then we'll proceed into today's session. So anyone? Someone is speaking. Who's that? Yes. Yes, you're saying?
I'm saying that I would request if you could repeat your question.
Oh, okay. Let me repeat the question.
Yeah.
What's something you've done or thought differently since our last session on self-doubt? So basically what I'm saying is either you've applied something related to that session, or because of the mindset that you came away with, you've seen it kind of change how you approach things. So I've seen Maria is lifting up her hand. So Maria, you can go ahead and share. If you're shy, if you're shy, you can just always share in the comment section your experience and how it impacted if you managed to attend. But Maria, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Rogers, for today's session. This is my first time joining the session, so I wasn't there in the last session regarding self-doubt. Though for me, I've always doubted myself in terms of job opportunities and also looking for ways for me to now use my skills. And with that, I changed my perspective on how people view me. And so how people view me and the way I view myself was so different. And so I now changed myself in terms of using how people view me and doing how they view me. So with that, I applied for an internship, which with great news, I acquired. I did the interview and all the tests, and I got the interview. I was really shocked, first of all.
Yeah.
I didn't,
Awesome.
I was first shy during the interview and I was having self-doubt. I was thinking, okay, so I've done the interview, so I don't know how they thought of me because of the stammering, because sometimes I felt as if I wasn't answering the questions correctly, which that was self-doubt. I did answer the questions correctly and I did portrayed myself in how they wanted me to do it. And so I'm really happy that I overcome the self-doubt. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Maria. I'm just seeing a comment from Beryl. Beryl is sharing, kindly, I'm not getting you people. So I need to understand that. Can someone just help me there to find out what the problem is so that we proceed? Is it like she can't hear us, or is it that she can't? I need the help there because I may not know what the issue is. Okay, I'm seeing a couple of people are not present in the last session, but that's okay. I did a recap, but then you'll find some of the things are quite connected because today's more personal branding. And even as Maria has shared, you will actually see things connected once again. You'll see things are very related in terms of what we're going to touch on today. Maria, Agnes, are you able to hear me? Yeah?
Okay.
Yes, who's speaking? Someone is... Agnes, I can see. Are you able to hear me, Agnes?
I think Beryl, oh, sorry, apologies. There was someone who was speaking prior. And please continue. I was just noting. Beryl is okay, like her audio is connected in video. So I think probably she wasn't in the last session. So I guess that's where the mix-up is.
Okay. So Beryl, we were just recapping from the previous session where I just touched on a few things in terms of some of the sources of self-doubt, the fact that doubt is all in your head. I talked about focusing on the things that you're really proud of. That was just to shift people's perspective on. We focus so much on what we've not done well as opposed to what we can do well. Then I talked about the aspect of, we looked at strengths in that session. We looked at our strengths as assets that we can use to make us stand out in any professional setting. And I gave an example of a statement we built, of course. Hopefully, Esther can maybe share with you those resources because I already shared like all the different tools. So if you are interested in those particular things, I would request maybe Esther to share with you. You'll let her know. Maybe, I don't know if you have a group or something where she can actually reshare so that you can see the session and a summary of what it was so that you can catch up. But I was just touching on what we covered, and then I just wanted to hear people's experiences. So Beryl, confirm with me that we are on the same page before I move, because it's important. Confirm with me if you're on the same page. We're just recapping. I'm not really training on it yet. It was just recapping.
Metoka, lakini I see she's joining.
Okay. Okay. I can see someone has a very cool name. I don't know if forgive me if I butcher that name because it's quite unique. Nicole Venda. Nicole Venda says, overcoming self-doubt, especially in the context of being deaf, can involve embracing new perspectives and strategies. One approach might be focusing on strengths and unique experiences that come with being deaf, such as enhanced visual awareness and the ability to communicate in diverse ways. Nicole Venda, you have really good English though. I like your English. Yeah? Okay, so guys, I will not take too much time. I want us to jump into the session for the day. In case you are floating, hopefully Esther will share with you the previous sessions material so that you can go over them. And then you can see how you can practice that. But today, let's dive into personal branding. Just a second. So on my slide, I'm just sharing a question. What is personal branding? I would love to hear from people. What, in your own words, I don't want you to Google and then send me a Google message, whatever you Googled. I'd want to hear from you in your own words. What is personal branding? You can share in the comments, you can raise up your hand. Zipporah, you can go ahead.
Personal branding is like, how do you want to be known as a person? What skills do you want to be known for? Like, I'll introduce myself, like, I'm Zipporah Ngera, social media virtual assistant for this and this, and for social media manager, virtual assistant, freelancer, so like that. So when people see me, like in the place I'm at right now, I'm interning, so they know me as yule demu wa disability. They talk, wanasema tu hivyo, because every time I'm advocating for people in these spaces, I'm like, we should have more disabled persons with disability in this like organization, in this event, I'm always correcting them, saying that we don't say disabled, we're saying persons with disability. So every time they want to know something about disability, they will be like, disability, even if they will forget my name, TSCP. In every room that I go to, I'm very straight. I recently went to a launch club, and then I stood because everyone there was kila mtu alikuwa akoko juu. So I'm like, what can make me stand out? What can make me stand out? So I stood and then I was telling them about persons with disability and how to make things accessible for them, digital inclusion and so on. By the time we were finishing the session, everyone was like, Zipporah, yule demwa disability. Zipporah, yule demwa disability. So personal branding is what do you want to be known for? When before even someone remembers you, what will they say that you've done something different about? Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Zipporah. So this is a perfect example of what your personal brand is. You see, when they said yule demwa disability, they've already captured, because it's all about perception. They've already captured, you've built a brand around that based on your actions. Like it's a perfect example, yeah? I can see Nicole Venda is saying personal branding is what makes me unique in one way or the other. Thank you for sharing. I can see Kevin, this is specifically who you are, what you can do. Let me just understand that. Who you are, what you can do, what skills you can offer, and the unique thing in you. So who you are, what you can do, what skills you can offer, and the unique things in you. Thank you for sharing, Kevin. I'm seeing, I don't know if Agnes is frozen. If I continue. Can just someone confirm? Because I can see she's
I think she's frozen.
Agnes, you're frozen, so I need to repeat what I was saying. You're frozen for a moment. So I was saying this, Kevin had shared, this is specifically, now in terms of personal branding, this is who you are, what you can do, what skills you can offer, and the unique things in you. Let me repeat that again. Who you are, what you can do, what skills you can offer, and the unique things in you. That's Kevin. Thank you so much, Kevin. Margaret is saying, personal branding is how you can introduce yourself confidently without any fear. Then Beryl, personal branding means how you can be defined. Okay. Lillian, it is the way you present yourself. Alvin, building a positive. Okay, I don't know the word that you've used about yourself. It is the way you present yourself. Yeah, Sud is sharing his concern about he doesn't have much charge and there's no power. But I think, Esther, you normally share the recording, right?
Yes, I do. I know I didn't share the recording for the previous one, but this one I will, because you're recording. Yeah.
Okay. And then Alex is saying, personal branding is the way you present or introduce yourself. For my case, it happens that I was the only football player on a local team, and we were two with the same name. So I was branded. Oh, let me just understand. I was branded myself as Alex with disability for my identity. Okay. Thank you, Alex. Isaac is saying, what identifies you? Aki Agnes amefreeze tena. Agnes, you're frozen. Agnes, you froze for a moment. Let me just repeat what was the last thing I said. Isaac was saying, what identifies you? And then Solomon, it is how you can introduce yourself. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your engagement. So let's now dive into my own explanation. You can keep on sharing. So just a second. Okay, I'm not much of a fan when it comes to definitions, but I try, and like this one, to be honest, I Googled it, but I'll explain it in my own words. So on my slide, it says the process of crafting and managing how you are perceived by others, especially in a professional context. The process of crafting and managing how you're perceived by others, especially in a professional context. So let's look at, I think it was Zipporah who had shared, I hope I'm not wrong, the Zipporah story. I think it was Zipporah, I'm not sure. But in terms of that particular situation, crafting means you are intentional. You have to do something to influence your personal brand. But basically, a personal brand is how people perceive you already. It can be negative or positive. Yeah, but then you can influence how people perceive you. And I'm not talking about being fake. It's being intentional. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think Zipporah, was it you that had shared? I don't want to make sure I'm using the correct, the one who's advocating for persons with disabilities. I just need to confirm if it was Zipporah.
Yeah, it's
Zipporah,
me.
or it was someone?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Zipporah was
Sorry.
intentional. No, I'm just sharing now
I
using
don't
the
know.
example. Yes.
I don't know if it's me, it's Esther speaking. Maybe there's someone who's saying you're not loud enough. Can you be
I'm not loud enough.
Yes.
Whoa.
I don't know if that's a
Because I'm
concern
trying to
for
put my
everyone
volume
else,
almost.
or if now he's louder, it would be too loud for everyone.
Just let me know if I'm not audible enough. It's just that I can't shout.
I think you're
For me,
audible.
he is.
Sorry?
Okay.
For me, you are. I think
So
it's a
ask the person.
issue.
Yeah, just confirm. Have the person confirm if they have increased their volume also, because if it's too low, you can't hear me. Because I'm trying to be as audible as possible, and I don't want to shout. My neighbors would start wondering, who is this? I might also build a personal brand here. So be careful.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
so
not build that brand. Okay.
Yeah, but thank you for letting me know. So just confirm if you've increased your volume. But what I'm trying to confirm here, a personal brand is basically how people perceive you. That is one. But personal branding is more of the act itself of you crafting something and then managing. So it's something that you continuously work on. In simple words, it's something you keep on working on in terms of how people perceive you. Yeah. So you might need to ask yourself, pause and reflect and ask yourself, what are some of the things that you've done that have affected your personal brand, either negatively or positively? At least for Zipporah, she was able to inform people about anything to do with persons with disabilities. She's creating that sensitization around it so that the stigma reduces. And you see now she becomes the go-to person when it comes to anything to do with persons with disabilities. She's building a brand around that. Okay, so can anyone in the comment section just share either something you did that really created a negative personal brand, depending on where you are? It could be home, it could be work, it could be wherever you are, or someone else who's done something that has created a positive personal brand, and it's something they keep on adjusting. Or maybe you noticed there's something you did, it affected how people perceived you, then you went ahead and changed things, and now it has become positive. I'm curious to hear from one or two people who have not had the opportunity to share. Could be in the comment section, could be you can raise your hand before we proceed. Anyone who's negatively impacted their personal brand? Or someone who's adjusted because the response they're getting was not positive? Anyone? Anybody? Okay, can't see anyone. So I'll proceed. I'll proceed. Okay.
Maybe I can share.
Okay.
I can share. For me, I used to. It's a very long time ago. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me whether that's negative. In high school, I was not such a. I don't know. I never used to like history class. So I used to doze off. So every time, so people would know that I would sleep in history class. Was that my brand?
Yes.
And I used to.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically you're communicating
negative.
that you hate history. Because basically it was building that sense of this is a girl who sleeps in class during history. Because it's the actions that we take could be verbal, could be behavioral in terms of how we behave. Whatever we do creates a brand around us. Yeah. I will not get into politics. I don't even to use examples, but like if you look in politics, you can see people who build an interesting personal brand, Yeah, because sometimes, and even for you, you'd notice what people say about you tells you a lot about your personal brand. But you see, the good thing is you can change it, even for you. So to encourage someone who here feels like maybe they've had a negative personal brand, you might find for you, maybe when it comes to team situations, no one really likes to work with you, and you're wondering why. I can hear some audio. And you're wondering why, but then it could be an action that you took. Maybe people would tell you're someone who really takes over and completely forgets other people. That can be negative. Or if it's positive, it could be the fact that this person, people know someone needs to mute themselves. I can hear something. Yeah. People, kindly mute yourselves. Professionally speaking, it's not right when you're in a Zoom session to do that. So kindly, it's not right to do that. It can be quite distracting, especially even in interviews. So kindly, when you join, just make sure you're muted unless you're sharing. Okay? So it has thrown me off. I can't remember what I was saying, but the main thing here that I'm capturing is you can affect your brand negatively or positively, but just know it is how people perceive you, but you can do something about it. And I'm going to use an example here. On my screen, I have a couple of logos. I have one for Google, Apple, PlayStation, Amazon. So we're going to talk about brands. So the question would be, what is that one brand that you love and why? And it could be, when we're talking about brands, people always think about companies, but it could also be a person. It could be a public figure, it could be an artist. Yeah, I'd love to hear from one or two people, a brand that they love and why. But then in the comment section also you can share. Even as people are doing that, I can share an example. So for example, I can use Google. I've used Google Tools for a while, like Gmail. I can hear someone's voice. I don't know. I get distracted when someone has not muted themselves because it really distracts me when I'm presenting. I can use Gmail for free. Yeah. And I can use Calendar, Google Calendar. If you're familiar with Google Calendar, just for planning events and all that, that has helped me for a very long time. Just managing my time really well, planning, even something my friends know me for. I don't know if it's my personal brand. You see, the way you meet someone you've not seen for a while and then they tell you, tunafaa kupatana, we should meet. What I normally do is I tell them when, and then I put it on my calendar and I send them an invite. So people tell me, that's so professional, mbona uko serious hivyo? But then I learned, how many times have you done that where you said, tutapatana, but then 6 months down the line, you never talk to each other. But for me, I'm very intentional. When we say we're going to meet, I will make sure it's on my calendar so that I don't forget. I will ask you when. And then I will follow up when it's close. I'll follow up to find out, are we still meeting? You see, because it matters to me that if you're really my friend, I should be able to create time to spend time with you. That's why it's on my calendar. Make sense? I hope it makes sense. So let me see, anyone who would want to share a brand that they love and why they love it. Welcome, Salfin from Kisumu.
Yes, hello.
Yes, who's speaking so that I know?
Kevin,
Kevin, go ahead.
Yes, one of the things that makes me stand out is when it comes to time management.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that it's one of the skills that makes me stand out.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So basically, just to define again, what I'm asking is this: a brand that you love and why you love it. So for example, you see for me, I've shared Google and I've shared the products they have that I use every day that I love, and how they've helped my life. So I'd want someone to pick, it could be a public figure, it could be a brand itself that you really like that you use. It could be even the soap you use. It could be the TV you use. It could be the phone you use and why you love it, It could be a particular person that you look up to and why. Okay, so I'd love to hear from.
Oh, maybe a point of correction.
Yes.
Perhaps maybe I did not get the maybe the question correctly.
Okay.
When it comes to brands that I love, that one that stand out for me well is when it comes to cars. I love cars so much, yet I do not have one.
Yeah, you'll get one, believe me.
Yes, amen. There's this car that is called Toyota Harrier.
I know it.
Yes. One of the features that that it makes me it makes me love it is the fact that it has got a sunroof.
Ah, okay.
Yes,
Just a
yes,
just a moment.
especially
Just a moment. I think there's an issue with the SLI. Let's just a second. Agnes, someone is saying your camera is blurred. Sorry for that. Just a second. But I can see you very well. For me, I can see. I can see you, Agnes. I don't know, because sometimes it's also connection issues. If you don't have if the connection is not that great, sometimes it can affect how you see other people. So can you confirm, Nicole Venda, if the camera is okay? So that we proceed. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so kindly repeat. Sorry for that. Just repeat.
Yes, I was saying
one
of the brands that I love, especially when it comes to cars, is the Toyota Harrier. The Toyota Harrier,
yes.
The 2017 model. The 2017 model
Hey.
one.
Okay.
Yes, it has got a very nice interior design, like the seats and the like everything about it.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned the sunroof.
Yes, the sunroof, the screen, the display screen.
Yeah.
The color, especially the gray one.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm seeing Elsie. Elsie, tell us. I am seeing you've written here Denry. Tell us about Denry. Why do you love Denry? Even though it's quite, I see people a lot these days with Denry. Elsie?
Hi. I think I like Denry because it's very diverse. Like you can actually get everything that you want. Like there's an option of the pass and also a backpack as well as duffel bag. And the fact that they are all spacious and convenient for you, you can just use them for anything, basically. So yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So I want to ask a controversial question. Can someone tell me of a brand that they don't like and why? A brand you don't like and why? Can someone share? So that we can see both sides, negative and positive.
Yes, on the same cars. It's a Toyota Prado.
You don't like Prado?
Yes.
Why?
One, I feel it's a bit expensive to maintain it when it comes to fuel.
Okay. I get it.
For instance, I'm located around Kahawa Sukari. So I feel like maybe driving it from here to the CBD that's in town.
You need rent.
Yes, it can cost something close to 4,000.
You need rent.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me just hear from other people. Thank you for sharing. Let me just hear from other people. One more person, a lady preferably. You can even share in the comment section a brand you don't like and why don't you like it, so that we can move on.
Okay.
Someone?
Deborah.
Deborah, yes.
Okay, for me, I don't love Canva. It's an app for editing something, because when you want to edit sometimes you want to edit something, but you must pay for it, and the one that is free, you don't want that.
Okay, I get you. I've used it for so many years. I've used this so what I normally do is I've noticed lately they kind of are the good ones, they kind of make them premium. But what I do is I use a platform called Freepik, FREEPIK. It has all manner of visuals, icons. Then I upload them to Canva. Then I use that. So some of these icons, like I've shared, like the one for Apple, Amazon, whatever, I actually got them from Freepik. Hopefully that can help you, because I know I've seen over time, I've used it for so many years. I think since 2016, I've been using Canva, but I've noticed that difference where very good items, they kind of make them paid. Thank you so much for sharing. I can see Joshua saying that Jumia doesn't like Jumia because it's overrated, but kindly expound in the comment section. What do you mean overrated? Because that doesn't really communicate clearly. Then, Agnes, we're together? Okay.
Yes,
so Joshua was just saying that Jumia, he commented that Jumia is overrated. So I was just asking why does he think it's overrated? And then I can see Lillian, on my side, I don't like motorcycles because when you bought it, it spreads dust all over and makes my eyes look reddish. Thank you, Lillian. Thank you, Lillian. I know that experience. For me, it's the cold. For me, it's the cold. Yeah, so Esther, can you just take over in terms of just hearing these experiences? I'll be back in a second. I just need to sort something. Esther?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Winnie is saying she doesn't like Airtel. Why don't you like Airtel, Winnie? Then Gertrude don't like Garnier products. They don't work on my skin. And they advertise Garnier products. Okay, let's continue sharing about brands we don't like. I'm still waiting to hear about Jumia. You can also unmute Joshua if you want to speak. Why do you feel Jumia is overrated, or anyone else who feels like Jumia is overrated, and the people who don't like Airtel?
Yes, can I speak?
Yes, please.
Yes, I think the reason why Jumia feels overrated
Mm-hmm.
is when it comes to pricing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you find that their products are very cheap, they're very affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, creating a doubt. Someone thinks whether the products are legit or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like you feel like they don't sell genuine stuff. Yeah. Recently I saw a product that goes for 2,000 and someone bought it at 200. I was like, are you sure it's legit?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I love seeing what you guys are saying. So after Gani, there was Coca-Cola. It's unhealthy. Okay, that's why I don't like it. Okay. Facebook, because it has led to misinformation in terms of privacy and personal information. Yeah. So Nicole, is it just Facebook or all social media platforms? Curious to know. Airtel doesn't work properly in some area. Oh yeah, like the network, then the Airtel network. Okay. So, and I'm curious to know, even in terms of so looking at these brands, and I know the reason he was talking about looking at what brands do, there is specific communication about how the brand would look like, and there is a specific target. So even I'm looking at, can you think about certain brands of people who you feel like, this person portrays this kind of identity, and I don't feel like I resonate with it. Like you dislike websites that use cookies. Okay. Like they don't give you the option to choose or reject. They want to follow you everywhere. They want the cookies to follow you everywhere. Some online products, because some companies say you pay before delivery, then you came to realize they were scammers. Yeah. Sometimes there's that thing around. There's that thing around, like especially the people who say no refunds.
Yeah.
And they're selling, let's say, on TikTok or on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rogers, I don't know if you had the question I was asking, like, can we also now superimpose these brands to people? Maybe. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
It's just that
I lost
it's just
Rogers.
that I would love, because I know you can't hear me.
I can now.
Okay, my internet was acting up. I was saying, in terms of people, it can be very personal when it comes to the negative side. I think that's why a personal brand for a person is a big deal. Like a good example, I'll not touch into specific individuals, but if you just look at politicians, for example, how one moment someone is looking promising, you're thinking this is the person who will help. You've grown up with them, and then they get into politics, and then all of a sudden they completely change and just become like the rest, and you're wondering what happened, Or so ideally you'd find that happens quite a bit. But then again, I would want you to think in the positive light. You'd find there are certain people who completely affected your life. I'll give you an example, and people can feel free to share before we move on. I remember in high school, I was okay in English, but then my teacher was really on my case, like not in a bad way. Like she would sacrifice because our teachers some of them used to literally have, they used to live in the school. So she would sacrifice where even after classes, even as she's taking care of her kids and doing stuff, she would literally give me an assignment. Like I'm working on the assignment as she's doing house chores. Imagine, like she could see potential in me in terms of English. So I would be given like assessments, and I got an A in English. And believe it or not, like English has made me more money than anything else, because I would never have become a trainer if that teacher never believed in me that I can actually speak before people, because I was very shy. Believe it or not, I know right now I'm speaking and you're thinking this person has been speaking like this all their life. No, my first job at USUDI, I was very shy. But then I had to stand before people every single month. You meet 40 new people, and it was scary. So I used to even tell people, as I'm standing before you right now, I am very nervous because meeting new people is not my thing. But then I wanted you to know, so that you know that I'm just like you, and that I don't know, for some reason, it used to make people relax. So I want to hear from people. I'm seeing a lot of brands. People relate a lot to brands like laptops. Like we've faced all these interesting things, like Ericsson talking about Dell laptops that have unnecessary software. Like I can see people have been really affected. But can you think of a person, a public figure or an artist or an influencer, or whoever? And some people think it doesn't have to be someone famous. It has to be just someone who you feel, based on how you know them. It's like sometimes when someone can ask you, think of this, if you could think of someone, if you think of your mother, for example, how would you describe them? How you would describe them is their personal brand. If you could think of that particular person that made an impact in your life, how would you describe them? I want to hear those stories. Then we proceed, because I'm going to now jump into how we're going to build now the personal brand. So anyone has a story? Zipporah. Let me first see if other people, because it's good to also give other people an opportunity to see. Don't lower your hand. Don't lower it. I want to just see if we can have other people. Anyone who has not spoken, tell us, there's this person who has completely impacted your life. Describe that person to us in a concise way. I don't want a lot of stories because of time. Anyone? Someone who's really, really impacted you? Anyone? Anybody? People, there's no one who's impacted you that you remember? Surely. And then you're passionate about brands. Surely there has to be someone. I'll give you that time. Think. Someone who's really impacted you, and I want you to describe that person to us. Obedi. Obedi? Go ahead. Obedi, you had raised your hand.
Thank you very much, Rochas. I
think you've opened several. There's normally an echo. If there's an echo, that means you've opened like maybe your phone and laptop at the same time, or you're near someone who's in the call. So just make sure you are away so that it doesn't do the echo. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know whether it is okay right away.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, thank you. So, good afternoon. So there's this guy whom I met in campus, and he was very vocal in politics. So he used to invite me to his political meetings in campus. Then I think he's the first person who told me that I have very good ideas. And then after graduation, he's the first person who introduced me to the first job, where I did for 2 years. Then the contract terminated. Then recently, I received a text message from WhatsApp from him. Then he told me now he wants to link me with the Vice Chancellor of Egerton University, because he wanted a person to get employed, a person living with disability.
Okay.
So I talked with the professor. He told me to send my details to his WhatsApp number. So I'm waiting. So it is a person who has continuously believed in me. And whenever an opportunity arises, which he feels like I'm qualified, I'm the person whom he thinks about, and then he doesn't estate to connect me. Actually, it doesn't even act as a middleman. He makes sure that he connects me. So before I forget, when I was about to graduate at Kenyatta University, I had a huge fee balance of 70,000 Kenya shillings. So once again, he took me to a person for the first time over to clear my 70,000 fee balances. And after that, he connected me to another company for internship. So he's a person who has really worked with me, and he believes in me. And actually, since I graduated, all the works that I've been able to do, except one, he's the one who has connected me.
So let me ask you a question, Obedi. If you were to describe this person to someone, which words would you use? Based on the story you've shared, use now words to describe this person, if you were to describe them to anyone else.
So probably I will express, I will describe him as a very outgoing person because he's good at interacting with people. And at the same time, he's selfless because whenever he gets an opportunity, he's willing and ready to connect those ones who are qualified.
Yeah, thank you so much. That is quite a story. Are you seeing, guys? That is something that you can be to someone or someone has been to you. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing that story. Let me give Zipporah. Zipporah, I know your hands are tired. So tell us, but be brief so that we can actually move on.
Okay, thank you. So I would describe, let me just give an example of one person from UDPK. Her name is Mary Ann Emomeri. Sorry.
I know her.
Kidogo ni buche jina yake. So I met Marianne in a conference, I think it was in 2023. And then Marianne has a speech impairment. And then Marianne was advocating for, for persons with disability. And also I follow her on LinkedIn. So early this year, I was having a very hard time going on LinkedIn. Watu wa LinkedIn wanakuanga very, very serious. So I was having a hard time. Can you?
Sorry, I can hear you. You're having a hard time? Now the audio has become shaky.
And right now, yes.
Sorry, I think you got shaky. We lost something. You're saying you're having a hard time doing what?
Oh, yes. I was having a hard time marketing myself on LinkedIn. So I followed Marianne. Marianne's post, Marianne uses storytelling in such a way that I don't think I can ever say that. Like you can even guess that she has speech impairment. Like Marianne is such a go-getter. You can read her post and then the way she converts, like she has something with her words, like she'll move you. So I would say that I saw her as someone to look up to, and then I started posting on LinkedIn. I can say it's quite successful. Like I've gotten people reach me out and then they're like, I would like to work with you. Every feedback is feedback. Progress. Yeah.
So let me ask you. So this is what we're trying to do. Now that you've talked about Marianne, describe her in your own words to someone else. I've never met Marianne. How would you describe her? Use words.
Marianne is such a go-getter. Marianne is someone who will see an opportunity and then go for it. Like she wouldn't be stopped by anything. Like she would want everyone, and then she would nikama anangangania everyone to be in the same to get opportunity. So if she gets opportunity, she'll share to you with them. So yeah. She's someone who is bubbly. Yeah, someone that you'd want to be in the same room. Like her words would move you in so many ways. Like her messages would move
she's
you.
Inspiring. She's
inspiring.
She is generous. Because
consistent
I want us to
also.
build that consistent. You see, you're building something because these stories are. Thank you so much for sharing the story. So these stories, Obedi that has shared, and Zipporah. Sorry for interrupting you because time ikombaya, but thank you for sharing. But as you can see, we have looked at external. We've seen brands we don't like and all that stuff. But people, I want you to imagine you are a brand. What would people remember about you? It's something to reflect on. How do you want people, like when someone has interacted with you, what do you want them to remember about you? How would you want them to describe you? That's just something to think about. Yeah. How would you want them to describe you? Okay, I can hear someone's audio is on. I'm very sensitive, so I guess. Do you want to share?
Yes, it's Kevin.
Kevin, go ahead, Kevin. In brief, Kevin, you're someone who is very good with speeches, so I want to be Go bridge.
So I think one, it depends on how maybe I interacted with the person.
Okay.
Yes.
But remember what I'm asking. I'm asking now.
Yes, that would determine my impact on the person, whether it will be very positive or negative. That how did you interact with him or her?
But look at these situations based on what Obedi has shared. There are certain things that these people did. There are certain things that Marianne did that made Zipporah perceive a certain way. So remember here, we're looking at how you craft and maintain that personal brand, because we've heard Zipporah say she's consistent in these things that she does. She consistently does them. If it's helping people, she does that. If it's creating those nice stories on LinkedIn, she does that. So that's why she's consistent. So now what I'm asking is for you as Kevin,
yes,
what do you want people to say about you? Because it depends on how you behave. So what are some of the words you'd want people to describe you with once they've interacted with you?
Focused. As someone who is focused.
Why focused?
Yes. Because when it
Why
comes
focused?
to
like, what would you do that would make someone? Sorry.
Yes, when it comes to what I do, I am really serious about it.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm always willing to make sure that it succeeds.
Okay. So that's someone who is very determined, you're driven, you're passionate.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. And people can see that. People can see that. And even in jobs, the reason why, let me give you an example, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. The reason why, let me show you an impact of personal brand. I remember when I was at USUDI, we were asked, like, what are some things we would love to do? And one of the things I said, I don't know if I was joking, and I said, train other young people in other companies. And then the next thing I know, I was given we had a contract. So I was given an organization called Acquia-Chicks, where I was training these girls on career skills. They were learning like tech-related things, but I was training them to prepare them for the job market. So I did it for 1 year. Then I mentored someone who took over in an organization. But then funny enough, that was in 2016. Then do you know, in 2019, the MD herself called me and told me, by the way, I loved how you used to deliver your sessions, how practical they were. Can you come and help us do this thing, build like a career skills program for us? That is what your personal brand can do, no matter how small. If it's an internship, people are always watching. That is something you need to know. People are always watching, because sometimes you might find you might even be in a very tough environment where it's not very friendly. But the question is, do you allow the environment to break you, or do you allow yourself to shine in terms of showing your personal brand? You have a choice in terms of how people remember you, because someone might be like, okay, the environment is challenging, but then you decide to slack off, maybe because you're not paid as much as you'd like, and what you're doing is, the personal brand you're building is, someone might say this person is lazy, this person is careless, but see, you may not be that. It's just that the situation you're in, you have decided to take it negatively. And so as you're behaving in a certain way, people are seeing you that way. But then someone else, you might see, if you look at some of the stories of people who have really succeeded, I think like the CEO of Center Investments, I have forgotten his name.
Rogers, you're breaking a bit.
Working, breaking. Jeez, internet connection. Okay, just confirm. I can see it's alerting me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's better. Maybe you can keep talking and then we'll confirm.
Okay, let me keep talking. Okay, so I was giving an example of, I think it's a CEO of Center.
You're losing you again.
Wrong, where he started like managing just records. Again, hey, what's happening with my internet?
No, you're good. You're good.
Something. I think it's shaky. It's kind of shaky. I don't mind repeating.
We'll tell you when it's really bad.
Times. okay, let me talk less so that it doesn't mess things up. But I was just giving that example of someone who, the CEO of Centum Investments, he started off just, he would take time to read and understand what the company was all about, you know. But it was like, it's not like he didn't have his masters and degrees and everything. But right now, for him to become that CEO, it's because he found himself in a room where the CEO was asking a question and he happened to be the one with the right information because he took the time to be diligent enough to understand, yes, I'm at this low position, but I'm not, it doesn't define what I'll be tomorrow. And sometimes that's something I need to encourage you guys, because even for me, I was volunteering. I had a degree, but I was volunteering. You know, I was still in my parents' house. And my parents sometimes would be like, hey, are you sure this job will work out? Look for something that pays. But that particular job that I took time for 5 months to give my very best, like I would show up as the first person and even leave late. Like I would come at 7 and leave at 7. And I decided I'm going to give it my best, whether they pay me or not. And 5 months down the line, they employed me. And then a couple of months down the line, I became a manager. I'm here as a trainer. My whole career is because I decided to humble myself and take on something that I was not sure where it was going, you know? And so I would encourage, if you're somewhere you're like, I don't like this environment, ask yourself, how can I use this environment to my advantage? How can I build a personal brand where they know, even if they let me go, they know this is someone who's very diligent, someone who's very professional, someone who's very skilled. Yeah. So we can always, I think that's a moment for you to think, do you react to situations or do you act in a positive way? Because if you react, you're building a negative personal brand. So you cannot always determine what happens to you, but you can determine how people perceive you by how you handle situations. So that's something to keep in mind even as we go along. We're about to take a break. So I just want to capture how to build the brand itself. Then we take a break. Then we come back and we get into breakout rooms and get to discuss this. And then we'll finalize with some practical things. Like I said, it's a challenge in a sense where you have like 6 items and you can pick to do as many as you like. Okay. So Esther, can you still hear me? Just confirming.
Yep.
Can I be heard? Okay, great.
Yes, you are
So
audible.
on my screen, I have some sort of circle that has faces. So there's one, someone is smiling, is laughing actually. One, someone is sad. The other face, someone is angry. The other to hammer home, because I don't like overwhelming people with too much information. We've already looked at what a personal brand is in terms of what people perceive you as. We've looked at personal branding is the act of you crafting and maintaining how people perceive you, especially in professional context. And people have shared some brands that they like and why, and some brands that they don't like and why. People have shared some examples of people that have impacted them and how to describe them, you know. We've talked about how you'd want to be remembered. I don't know if I managed to read some comments. I don't know if people shared. Or Alex is sharing as someone who's confident, a team, and of course, someone who's a team player. Lillian is sharing someone who's confident and focused. Another one, let me see. Okay, that is different. I'm seeing the sense of confidence is a big deal. Winnie, someone who's kind. Solomon, I wish that to say that I'm a nice guy, happy, and he's confident enough. So the thing is this is the thing that you need to understand. There's what you want people to describe you as. Then you need to work backwards and ask yourself, how do I need to behave to show that consistently? Okay, and that's what we're going to find out. So just something to note here on my slide. Your personal brand is equal to what people remember you. That's what we've factored in. And it doesn't matter if you have a logo, you know, because sometimes we think a brand is basically the logo. It is not, because you can have a negative experience. Let me think of a brand that has messed me up before. Is there a brand that has messed me up? Because I remember, I know maybe some of you maybe use Equity, I don't know. But there's a bank I used. No, actually I've remembered, StanChart. I wanted to go and open an account. And I was inquiring and everyone was ignoring me, imagine. Like literally went to the reception, the person was ignoring me. I'm trying to ask for help, trying to inquire. Then I later on went to find out, like, I don't know if they still do that, but I went to find out that for them, you had to be earning a certain amount of money for them to even think of having you open an account, you know? And so it left a negative experience. Well, right now, even when I was considering banks now, like when now I had some money coming in, they were not at the top of my list. Are you seeing someone's behavior, the way it can affect a particular brand? And you see, it's not about the logo, because the problem is, the challenge with logos also is this: it reminds you what they did. Because you might think of a brand that maybe you bought a certain laptop and it completely just malfunctioned. And anytime you see that brand, you remember, anytime you see the logo, you remember, by the way, I do not like this brand, you see? So it's not just the logo itself, but it is more than that. Now, for you as a person, your brand is, what are you good at? What do you value or believe in? And then how people feel about you. It's like it encompasses those things. You're good at a particular thing. Do people see that you're good at it? Because sometimes you can be skilled, but you're hiding because you're shy. You know, maybe you're really good, you're a great leader, and people have told you, but you're not taking the opportunity to actually lead other people. You're still hiding. I want to speak to someone here who you know you're good at something, and people have been telling you, but then you've been giving excuses. Now the self-doubt aspect. I can't. What if it doesn't go well? Last time it didn't. I am challenging you. If you're here, maybe you have shared, maybe you haven't shared, but I want to dare you. I dare you to get out of your shell and try, because that's why I'm here as a trainer. Someone told me when I was young, when I was jobless and I was supporting some of my friends figuring out their stuff, they kept on telling me, Rogers, you're really good. You should try and do public speaking. And it is something I completely avoided for a long time. I wouldn't be here today if those people did not challenge me and tell me, you can do this thing. What is it that people have seen you're really good at, even if you don't believe it yet, but people are telling you? You know, I'm not talking about the situation where people who love you, maybe you think you can sing and you've been trying and the people around you tell you can sing and you know very well you're not a good singer. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something that consistently people have seen results. You show up, and people see results. They know, when it comes to organizing things, this is the person. When it comes to dealing with a crisis, someone who will become, this is the person. When it comes to maybe someone is stuck somewhere in terms of they're trying to deal with government stuff, there's this person who just seems to be very well connected. He always knows someone who can help. You see, what is that one thing that you are so good at, people are telling you, and you've been hiding? Because that could be the thing that is stopping you from finding an opportunity, because you're hiding. Because for me, if I chose, I did biotechnology, it's a science thing. I didn't like it. But then there was this thing that I was scared of, where I need to present before people. And finally, someone tells me, you can actually do this. And that's how I got my first job, because I dared myself. I reached out to the company and told them, I like working with young people if you give me an opportunity. That's how I got my first job, imagine. And I was scared. And days after days, I would come, train people. I'm totally scared, but I learned, you see? So again, look at your strengths. Look at the things that you value. You might find there's someone who values time. They always keep time. Like there's always that someone. But of course, here also, I know there are people who you're well known for always being late. Wanajuanga too. Meeting ikianza na home to Jafika, if this person is not there, let's just start the meeting. That person will always be late. You build that personal brand. So if you're doing negative stuff, you can always change. If people know you for negative things, maybe they know this is someone with a very short temper. They always get angry. They take things personally. You can change it. Change it in this sense. Can I listen first before I assume that people are always against me? Because that was me. In terms of taking feedback, I used to be so scared of feedback because I used to feel like you're personally attacking me, until I discovered they just want me to improve and get better. Changing your perception. So I've talked about strengths, things that you're good at. Stop hiding. If you value certain things, or if you don't value certain things and it has built a negative brand, switch things over. This person is always late. This person, you cannot count on them. They will say one thing and do something else. They're not reliable. You can change that. Because personal branding, remember, it's not just doing it once, it is doing it consistently. That's how people believe that this person is this. My connection is unstable again. Esther, can you hear me? Esther, confirm?
Yeah. You're still audible.
Yeah. So believe it or not, you already have a personal brand right now. It could be negative or positive. Sometimes even your family can make jokes. When they're making certain jokes, listen, not to take it personally, but it already tells you your personal brand when it comes to your family. In professional settings, what are people saying about you? Because sometimes we take it personally and we feel like maybe you are being misunderstood, but then it could be that there's something you're doing that is creating a negative perception, even if you did not intend. So it's more of the idea of correcting it is understanding, why are people seeing me this way? And even find out, because you can decide, let me not do anything. You not doing anything means you're still resigned to, this is the personal brand that people will see me with. But today I'm challenging you, you can change things wherever you are. Are you unreliable? Start being consistent every single time you get an opportunity. Are you someone who's shy, but then you have a particular skill? Start trying and looking for opportunities where you can be able to speak, or you're really good at writing, but you're hiding, okay? There's a reason why I'm so passionate. I'm taking my time with this. So now here I have a very extensive, if let's say you don't know how to describe yourself, or maybe you don't know, when I was asking, which word can I use to describe myself? So I have a slide here that I will leave on. I'll read all the words basically. If you don't know, let's say you don't know how to describe yourself, I want you to pick like 3 words that you think you'd want to use to describe yourself. Yeah. So there are the different categories. So the first column is how you work. So certain words like reliable, focused, you're someone who's patient with people, because in the workplace people are difficult. You're organized, you are flexible. When things are changing or shifting quickly, you also adapt. That is just an example. There's in terms of how you relate to others, certain words would be like kind, you're someone who's calm, because you'd find that people, even if someone comes to them and they're super angry and they're abusing them, you find this person is very calm, he's listening, they don't get angry, and you're wondering, what are they built with? You're supportive when people are going through a difficult time, you're a good listener, you're a team player. I've seen some of you actually mention that in the comments. Okay, in terms of what makes you stand out, you might find you're very creative. You just always find new ways of doing things. People think creativity is all about art, not necessarily. Sometimes it's just that you don't have much resource, but then you figure out ways to just get things done. You're a fast learner. It doesn't matter how difficult thing that comes up, you're always able to quickly learn and teach others. You're a problem solver. You are curious. You're always asking questions and trying to understand how things work. You're observant. As certain things are happening, you're able to pick them up and adjust. And then finally, how you show up, could be at an event, could be at an interview, positive. You're very positive. You're a clear communicator, you see. You are honest. You're professional. There are those people, I don't know, I know there's always that person in your life. Even when there's a situation where they don't need a suit, they come so well dressed, you're wondering, my friend, why? These people think, why in the world did you have to put on a suit? But then there are those people who they believe, professional setting, I will come presenting myself. Even before I open my mouth, someone already knows this is someone who's serious, proactive, So these are just examples. But then if you don't have any words, if you have words, you can already just identify what are those 3 things that you'd want people to use to describe you. I'll leave this on when we take our break so that you can use them. I want you to pick 3 words, but then now I want to capture an activity so that by the time we're coming back, you can now share in the groups. Yeah. So this is how you build your personal brand. Now, this is another slide. It's called Build Your Brand Sentence. So I want to give you an example in terms of ways you can now use the words to make them practical. So I will use my own examples, okay? So my 3 words are good listener, curious, practical. Okay, let me repeat that again. My words, I've already picked my words. Good listener, curious, practical. So for me to come up with a sentence, there are different ways you can use them. There's a basic one where you can start with, people know me for, so I can give you an example. People know me for being a good listener, being inquisitive, and being always being hands-on, always trying to do things in a practical way. Or another way would be, people know me for being calm. Now you just use the words calm, patient, focus. That can be a way. Like I've set it up in 3 ways so that it doesn't get overwhelming. You can start small. You can start with the words where people know me for this. And then if you want to make it better, let's say you want to add which kind of people. I'm someone who helps. So you can, if it's an audience, now that's the next level. I help customers feel at ease by staying calm and solving problems quickly. So that way, someone can already see your traits, but then at the same time, they can see for who. Yeah, so that's the second one. I'll repeat all this so that you don't get overwhelmed. So the basic session, the basic format is using just your traits. People know me for this. They know me for being dependable, always calm, respectful. You see, so you can pick the word start there. Now, if you want to make it better, ask yourself, which audience do you want to be known, to be associated with? Because for me, it's young people. So I would basically say, I help young professionals get clarity when it comes to looking for job opportunities so that they can find meaningful ways of working. I'm just creating it in my head. I'm just giving you examples based on what my audience is always youth, young professionals. And then now there's this technical one where you capture your skills and the impact that you have. So here's an example. I support busy teams by organizing tasks, staying calm under pressure, and keeping things moving. So let's just describe that from the basic one. The basic one, you're just talking about your traits. The second one, you're adding your traits and the people that you are helping. The third one, you're capturing who are you helping, which particular traits are you using, and then what is the outcome? How does it help them? You see, like the one that I shared, my long one, because if I started with my people know me for being a good listener, being curious, and being a practical person. I've used the traits one. If I use the one for I'm someone who helps young professionals find meaningful opportunities by asking them deep questions that can clarify where they actually fit. That is, I've added the audience. And then if I do the technical one, the complicated one, with my skills, I support young professionals by helping them gain clarity in terms of job search skills and skills to thrive in the workplace so that they can find meaningful opportunities that help them. Okay, let me rephrase that because it doesn't sound well thought out. I help young professionals get clarity on job search and thriving in the workplace using my coaching skills so that they can find meaningful employment. You see, I'm not saying that you can build that thing all of a sudden right now, but these are just tools because we'll share the slides so that you can take your time. You can start small, and over time, you can start figuring out, because you'll notice there are certain audiences you always find yourself around. Like Zipporah, I don't know, I'm tempted to think you're working with professionals just to kind of enlighten them in terms of how person with disabilities can actually contribute. But ideally, over time, you can build this thing. I'm just giving you a tool to use, and you can start small. So ideally, what I want to do is I'm going to leave you one. Esther, you can advise me which slide to leave on, the one for the words or the one for building the brand sentence. But people can be taking, during the break, people can be thinking through. I will take like a 5-minute break. People can be thinking through which 3 words would best describe me. And then now in the breakout rooms, we'll be practicing. You can use the traits only. You can use the one for, we've included the audience. And then you can, if someone is confident enough, they can build where they're showing the skills, the audience, and the value they give. Esther, which one do you feel I should leave on?
The next slide, the
building one.
Yeah. I don't know if you can even copy this text in the chat.
Okay.
In case, yeah.
I might stop sharing.
I can also copy. Once you copy it there, I can also share it in the WhatsApp group.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think because I have to stop sharing the screen so that I can copy.
No problem. Yeah, I think you can do that for a sec during the break, and then it could come up again.
Yeah. So guys, we'll take a 5-minute break.
And please don't go.
To arrange the breakout rooms as people at. Yeah, it's just muting, maybe stretching or taking some water. Or, yeah, whatever. Like you can look at the person who's been bothering you. Maybe you're home and there are kids there and they're poking you. You can say hi for a moment, Yeah, so at least something, at least mentally for you to relax and then come back. So I'll start the timer. It's going to be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, sorry. Once 5 minutes are over, we will get back. And I think by then, Esther, we need to have prepared the breakout.
Yeah, please remind me the names of the deaf participants, Agnes, so that
So
I
let me
can
stop
make
sharing so
them
that I can.
co-hosts.
Let me just stop sharing for a moment so that I can
So that
do this.
when we go to the breakout room, I would like that all the deaf participants be in one room. You can see Gladys Acheng, Nicole Venda. Maybe you can, Agnes, can you share with me the names?
A lady called Sheila Opio.
Mm-hmm.
I think Elsie can come through because I don't think I know all of them. I saw Sheila Opio.
Maybe if
and
you're
I
deaf,
saw
please raise your hand. I think that would
Yes.
be easier.
There's also
Thanks,
Josephine.
Agnes. Thanks, Agnes.
they
Yeah, maybe you could tell them, Agnes, not you could tell them. Let me just, maybe if you're deaf, Agnes, I'd like your help in interpreting.
the break began. I hope they have not left yet.
If you're deaf, please raise your hand so that I can identify you and put you in the right group.
Esther, do I just create the breakout rooms and then you can always exchange? It allows you to exchange people.
I can see there's Nicole Venda. She said she's deaf there.
Okay, I want to make the deaf
And we have
co-host.
Josephine Wakonyo.
Nicole Venda.
Yeah, Nicole Venda. We have Josephine. We have Bianca Wairimu. Yeah, Bianca Wairimu. And we have Josephine Wakonyo. Those are the hands I have
can't see
seen.
Josephine.
Her hand is up. She's called Josephine Wakonyo. Josephine Wakonyo.
Because I'm looking at the breakout room options.
I think they're leaving. Oh, I've seen Bianca.
Have you seen her? Have you seen
Bianca? Yeah, the people have moved to room 2. Just move them to room 2. So put Bianca there, put Nicole Venda.
Josephine,
if you can
Sheila Opio.
Yeah, Sheila Opio.
I don't know why it's
and I
not
think
showing all the
Beryl.
names.
But I'm not sure about Beryl.
It's not showing all the names.
Elsie would come through about that.
Yeah, because I'm seeing around 5 people have dropped off, so
I don't know if I should restart the rooms again so that I can do this. Maybe include, you made them co-hosts. Maybe that's what I didn't add. Have you made them co-hosts?
Yeah, I have. I've made some of them.
Some rooms are too big. So I need to just figure out where Agnes is, which room she is, and then that's when I'll move everyone.
Okay. Some of them are not. I think we can just use room 2.
Yeah, room 2. So I want to exchange, like it allows me to exchange. So I'm just checking the names. Josephine Wakonyo, yeah?
Yeah.
So room 2.
I had seen Kevin Chalo in there. Okay, he's not there.
Also
Nicole Venda.
is there. He was in the call when it began.
Yeah, can't see him anymore.
Okay, let me see. You've said, okay, Bianca, I've already moved. Josephine, I've moved.
Sheila, you haven't moved Sheila.
Sheila is there.
Sheila Opio.
She's in room 2 already.
Oh, okay.
Who else?
Josephine Wakonyo.
I did.
Thank
Is
you,
Beryl?
Elsie.
Is Beryl deaf?
Yeah. You can just, I'm not sure.
Elsie nisaidie confirm. Help me confirm, please.
Siko sure juu wengine si
I've not yet
participants wangu, but those ones are the ones that I'm sure of when you two may mention, unless there are others.
Bianca,
Frederick
Josephine.
Olo. Please add Frederick Olo.
Yes, Olo, yeah. I forget about Olo. And Kevin Chalo.
Frederick Olo. Just a second.
I'm trying to ask Beryl if she's hi Esther.
Hi Faith.
Kevin Charlo.
Also
Bianca has been added. Okay. Thanks, Faith.
I can't see Charlo.
Yeah, he's not here.
Okay, so I think it's someone has to note. I don't know if it's going to be you, Elsie, or who, so that we can. But the rooms have 14. It's quite a huge number. But is Isaac there? Is Isaac around?
Isaac, so that I can in the call?
I can assign you a room just to help.
You can assign. We have Isaac, we have Faith, we have Elsie.
Okay, let me.
We can assign each of them to individual rooms. Okay, we have. Is Timothy still on the call?
So Elsie, takua room 1.
Then we have Isaac.
I
don't know. Isaac, are you in the call still?
Isaac Kinungi.
Yes.
Takua room 3.
Isaac, are you in the call? And so Justin, are you present?
There's Justin also, Anna?
Yes, Justin Machogu.
So let me look for Justin.
Yes, I'm around. I'm on the call.
Okay.
Justin,
okay. Yes.
Let me look for him. I'm not. Oh,
he's a co-host actually.
I'm gonna move him to room 4.
People know me from.
So Justin, okay, let me just confirm.
People know me from.
Justin is in room 4. Room 3 is, can I remember? Isaac. Room 1 is Elsie. Is there anyone else? So that room 2 I've not assigned anyone.
Room 3, okay. I think there's no one else. I think we're good.
No.
No.
Yeah, so ideally for Isaac, Elsie, and Justin, just make sure the conversation is going along, and like I'll give it enough time. I'll give you like 30 minutes. I know time is quite far gone, but let's see if we can do, because people are many, where it's kind of short, where people get to try, at least everyone gets a chance to just try. It doesn't have to be perfect. At least they just tell you the traits. And then if anyone is ready, they can try a statement, because it's all about practice. I know it doesn't come naturally and easily. Like the simplest one is, if someone is not ready, they can just talk about people know me for. But then you see, the thing is with personal brand, I hope everyone is back because time is up. Is everyone back before I open the rooms? I hope everyone is back. Before I start the room, I need to explain this. So people, this is what I'm suggesting. Make sure you've picked three things that you'd want people to know you for. And right now, it may not be exactly true when you say people know me for this, because remember, you're building. So that means the things that you're picking are the things that you want people to know you for. For some people already, it might be true. Everyone is telling you you're this. But then remember, personal branding is about building. You're building something. So if you want to be known for a particular thing, now you start asking yourself, what are the things I need to do so that people can remember me for these things? You know, which situations can I show patience? Can I show focus? Can I show calmness? Depending on what you pick. Okay. So, Esther, can I start the breakout rooms?
Yeah, sure you can. I've also posted the prompt statements in the WhatsApp group. So in case, and then you can and it's also in the chat. You can always check in case you forget.
With you, because there's always people who haven't joined. Like when you set up, when I open the rooms, you will see a prompt to join. So just help me, Esther, with once people have not joined. We'll give like a minute or so for people to join. So kindly, when that prompt comes in, just join. And then if you have any difficulty,
join.
Yeah, tap join. And then if you have any difficulty, just let Esther know so that we make sure everyone is taken care of, because there should be no one in the main room.
Yeah, you can, if you're having a challenge, you can post it in the WhatsApp group. I'll be able to see.
And then so I'll give us 20 minutes. We may go over time kiasi, Esther.
So.
Yeah.
That depends, because I'm seeing guys, we can even do it for 15 minutes.
Okay. I hope. Yeah. So it depends with the facilitators.
Depends.
We help us move. Yeah. So let's do 15 minutes. So I'm starting the timer. I can see people still joining.
So Margaret is not able to join. Ambrose is asking me to send it again.
I don't know how it's normal. Sometimes you can admit them. I don't know if they're in a main room. I think there's a way you normally can admit them.
Rogers?
Yes?
I see that Nicole, the one that has a very unique name, is in my room, and I
Nicole
think
Bender?
yes, she's supposed to be in Agnes's room.
Yeah, let me do the change.
And
Nicole
if you can
Bender.
just yes, and please rejoin me in my room because I've left.
Okay. Where art thou?
Elsie, room 1.
Room 1. It only allows me to move you.
Yeah, you can only.
It only allows me to
let me
move
move you and then move you again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
So
move you
everyone
to room 2.
kindly just join, and then there are people who are not assigned. Beryl, I can move Beryl to room 2.
Yes, room 2.
Isaac was a host. Which I've forgotten the room had assigned him. Was it 3?
Let me check for you.
Because I can see there's an imbalance.
Yeah, Isaac is in room 3.
I am moving people so that we balance. Oh, let me move him to room 3. Yeah. So I'm wondering who will man room 2, because for us, we normally have to jump checking. But for the facilitators, I guess we'll just be jumping from one place to another. But Esther, if you can, it's just that I know that sometimes people have challenges in terms of joining the room. So that's why sometimes I'm not aware what's happening.
Because I'm seeing Elsie is already in room 2. Can let her stay in room 2, and then we can have Zipporah do room 1.
Okay, Zipporah. I move Elsie to room 2.
No. It's good. We are good. Like Zipporah is in room 1.
Yes, Elsie nimeona kwa room 2.
Yeah,
that's okay.
So let it just be that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So let the games begin. Okay. I need to start the timer again.
Sheila is trying to join the group. I don't know if she's managed to join.
A couple of people who still haven't joined, like Ambrose, Frederick.
I think even Alvins is there. Huh. Agnes has also not joined the group.
Alvins is already in room 2. He's not joined, but I've assigned him to room 2.
Yeah, I'm also seeing that Agnes has not joined.
Yeah, she has now. Alvin's not yet joined. Beryl, Lillian. There are quite a number of people who haven't joined yet. Because I wish there's a way you could just move people, but then I don't know. I don't think there's that.
Isaac, you're in room 2 or 3?
Isaac is, let me just check.
Room 3, but I don't know why he has chatted room 2. Or he was talking to Sheila.
Okay. Simone. Oh, Isaac is supposed to be in room 3. He's supposed to be in room 3.
He has not joined.
There are a couple of people
Isaac,
who
please
haven't
join. Isaac, please join room 2. Room 3, sorry.
So I don't know if it's a challenge where I don't know if that thing normally stays, because I'm seeing quite a number who haven't joined.
I don't know if you can, I don't know if there's a way you can actually prompt people to see that they need to join again.
Let me see. Automatically allow people to return to the main session anytime.
I'm sure there's a way we can just prompt people to.
I wish there was, because I'm seeing just the option for me to join, and then the option for me, if someone is in a particular room, I wish there's a way you could move them out and then move them back in. That's the only way.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh, I have an opportunity to move people to the main session. Then Zaid, we need to figure out how to balance. So Alvin's is supposed to be in room 2.
Room 2. Yeah.
I don't know where that thing had gone to. It was there and then it disappeared. Because there's an option to move people to room 1, to the main room, but then it's disappeared. Let me just check again.
Oh. Let me check.
It disappeared. Don't know what happened.
Yeah, the breakout room option has disappeared for some reason. I can't also see it on my end. Options.
Oh, Isaac was in room what? Nimemwona.
3.
He's in room what? 3.
Supposed to be in room 3.
Yeah, moved him. These other ones I'll just assign.
Or we can allow participants to choose a room. The ones who
The
are
problem is
not.
the problem is it may become imbalanced.
At this point, have you
paused the recording?
No.
Yeah, because at this point it's not recording, it's just recording logistics. So you normally pause it.
Yeah. I can just pause it.
That thing has disappeared. It was very useful then for a second.
I've seen it like on options where it's written options and you've already checked it.
So unless now we tell them to, but you see there are people I can see here, like in the main room.
Mm-hmm.
I think the challenge now is more.
You can as well spotlight me, kindly,
Okay.
Esther.
Okay.
So let me know once I can proceed, Esther. Esther? Is everyone back so that I can proceed?
Yes.
Okay. For the deaf, just kindly confirm that you can see Agnes before we proceed. I hope also people can also confirm you can see the screen because that's important. For I can see Agnes is spotlighted, but I also need to confirm. Elsie maybe or Esther, you can confirm.
Yes.
Everything is okay?
Yes, I can see the screen and Agnes.
So I really hope you guys had fun in the session, in the breakout room session, and people, at least everyone got a chance, hopefully, to share, because this comes with practice. So this is the thing, people. I try to build my sessions in a way that it's not too overwhelming, but you can walk away with something you can use day to day. So you might find maybe at first, there are people who take time to process things, and I understand. That's why we'll share the slides, then you can practice. And one of the things I will challenge you to do is even teach someone how to build their personal brand. Maybe you have a friend or a younger person who's looking up to you. You can actually share. So I would love people to take the moment to, you can type in the comment section, feel free to type in the comment section your personal brand in terms of the personal brand statement. But I would love to hear maybe, Esther, that person who was sharing, what were they sharing?
Unfortunately, I didn't hear, so we can listen to it together. Deborah was sharing something.
Okay. Deborah, you can go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was explaining my trait.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying I'm a problem solver.
Mm-hmm.
And I was giving an instance like last week I went to hospital.
Mm-hmm.
The person in charge of the IT the support person was not there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was stuck, so there was so many patients hanging. And
Mm-hmm.
what she needed to do was very simple. So I helped her remove a certain jam in her printer and she was happy.
Wow. So wait, you're going to hospital to be treated and then you're the one who ended up fixing things?
Yes.
Wow. That is amazing. That is actually amazing. Wow. Okay. Esther, that was important to hear. Wow. Okay. So
Yes,
anyone who's
very
confident
important.
enough to anyone who's confident enough to share with us their brand statement. You can read it if you wrote it somewhere, but for the rest, maybe you can write it even in the chat section if you don't, if you're not able to share. But anyone who wants to verbally share with us, and it can be at any of those levels that we came up with. It can be the traits only, it can be the one that includes the audience, it can be the one that includes your skills and impact. So anyone who's confident enough to try, I need just 2 humans so that I can quickly wrap up there are a couple of few things we just need to wrap out. Anybody? Anybody? It doesn't have to be perfect, people. Don't be afraid. It doesn't have to be perfect. I understand. You're building. So lift up
Roger,
your hand. Yes?
I see there is Nicole Venda wants to share hers.
Okay. Okay.
I see she's saying her brand is empathetic and curious. Yes.
Thank you, Nicole Venda. Is that Elsie who was speaking?
Yes.
Elsie, do you do public speaking or of some sort anywhere?
Somewhat, yes. When it
You have
needs
a
be,
very
I
good
do.
voice. Like you have a very
Thank
good voice.
you.
I hope you're
Thank
using it.
you. Yes, thank you.
Yes, yeah, you have a very good voice. I'm seeing patience. I think that's patience. Focused, empathetic, and confident. So this is the thing. Is there in terms of the group leaders, maybe if there's something that came out like as people are sharing, anything that we should know as the rest of the group, maybe some interesting things that came up before we proceed as you're discussing.
Yeah, maybe you could start with Maria. I loved how she was facilitating the group.
Thank you so much. So yeah, I really loved how people were really interactive in group 3. And so for me, people know me for being empathetic as well as always working towards a clear goal.
Okay.
Those are my traits, yes.
Okay.
So I'm goal-oriented, yes.
Okay. So you'd find I think the challenge that I'll give to people, even before we move on to the next group leader, is the 3 words that you came up with. I want you to go asking people. If you don't tell them, you just ask them, people that know you really well. It could be in your workplace, if you're working, it could be at home, it could be among group of friends. Ask them, describe me in 3 words. And then ask them, why would you and be honest, because you see the thing, you don't want lies. Let them be honest. Describe me in 3 words and then tell me why. Because that generally, if you've asked, let's say, even if you ask, like, let's say 5 people who are close in different circles, so that you compare, does this match what I have come up with? Then what do I need to do? Because if they tell you why, if it's negative, you know what to do. If they tell you something that you didn't even know, now you can decide, do I need to adjust my words? And then what actions do I need to start doing so that now it becomes a consistent thing? I can see Whitney here. My brand is being empathetic, supportive, and inclusive, making everyone feel included. Thank you so much, Whitney.
The guys are, I've not heard from a gentleman or guys or men there. I'd like to hear from one.
Yes,
one.
I want to volunteer Obedi.
Okay.
Obedi. Apologies if I've put you on the spotlight.
Thank you very much, Elsie. Good afternoon again. So on my traits, I can say that actually I'm going to be honest, because this is the honest feedback that I receive from people. They just tell me that I'm soft, honest, and organized.
Okay. I'm curious about the soft part. Like soft as in because there are people who are very friendly, because soft can mean different things. You might find, because you can't tell people, one of the things that describes me well is soft, because someone will think like, are you soft literally, or are you soft? Because someone will be like, this is someone who's very caring. It can be that you're very caring, like, or sometimes even empathetic is an example, where people always feel, if I am stressed or whatever, there's this person I go to and I always feel really nice about myself. Or it could be that you are very understanding. So what came out even as they're describing you as soft? What did they say?
Actually, okay, thank you very much. Actually, the honest feedback is that naturally I was born soft. I'm soft even when I'm speaking. So like there's this public event, I was invited for speaking to people. And then at the end of the session, people were like, you started in a low tone and then we thought you could not finish. But you've just but you've just finished in a high note. So I'm naturally soft spoken. And the other thing you've described about soft in terms of helping people, actually I'm soft naturally, and I'm soft when it comes to listening to people, solving their problems, and sharing with them.
Okay, awesome. So even as I continue, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Limo.
Uh-huh.
Yes, what I can say, I'm humble, social, and maybe I'm confident enough. Maybe if you are going to give me an opportunity, maybe in terms of you've chosen me maybe to do something, I'm confident enough to carry it. So that is what I can say.
Okay. Just remember your name again.
I'm Limo Solomon from
Limo
Eldoret.
Solomon. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. So one of the things I would encourage you, Limo, is when you're sharing something, don't use the word maybe sometimes, because it kind of waters down what you're trying to say. Like just confidently say it, I am this, and I'm this because of 1, 2, 3. So
sorry,
sometimes
I was like I was using an example.
Yeah, even when people are using examples, interpretation, like from my experience, what I've noticed is people tend to use the word maybe a lot. Like you even can use it like once, but then when you're giving an example, you don't necessarily have to use the word maybe. You just share it, this is what I am, or this is what I think. Because every time you throw in maybe, because I've worked with different cultures, some of them might assume you're not confident about what you're saying. That's why you're using maybe.
Okay, you are not sure. Thank you.
Yeah. But thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for the
Yeah. Yes. So can I be allowed to proceed because of time? I don't want to keep you guys for too long.
Yes. Yeah, can proceed. And then also, I don't know if
your challenge.
I don't know if your audio is a bit
I'm having an issue with Rogers' audio. I can't hear him well. I'm struggling to listen.
Hello. Okay. I don't know if I should. How about now?
Tabidi to shout at this point.
Sorry?
You might need to shout at this point.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I think I've removed my earphones. I don't know if I need to replace my earphones. But just let me know. Agnes, are you able to hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you well.
Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. So on my screen, I don't know, it's showing something weird. On my screen, I have, remember I mentioned we'll be having challenges. So you see there is sometimes they normally say like a 10-day fitness challenge, or if you've come across such things. So for us, every session will always have some sort of challenge. So I came up with something called the brand challenge. Yeah. So it's me posing some 6 different challenges that you need to do before the next session. And then you will come and share with us which ones you did, how the experience was, what was difficult, what was easy. So let me, because now, hey, this one I think I'll share in the comments section once I am done, because right now I can't stop sharing the screen, because normally I have to stop sharing the screen, then I can paste, but then we'll give you on the slides, but I'll read them out. There are 6 different challenges that I want you to try out. You are free to choose whichever you want. You can want to do all of them, if you want to do 2 of them, but I want to challenge you to do as many as possible. So the first one is update your WhatsApp bio, email signature, or LinkedIn headline with your brand statement. So LinkedIn, you see like WhatsApp, sometimes there's that section where I see people can write things like, I'm busy, or they sometimes people write like their title. So you can kind of come up with the brand statement and put it there. If you are someone who, yes?
Have you moved slides?
I mean, I'm in the one for brand challenge. Let me see if It's showing.
No, it's not. It's not showing.
Jeez, it's not changed on your side. Okay, let me try,
No.
go back and try again. Thank you for letting me know. Now?
Yes. Yeah.
Funny enough, it changed when I moved to some other place. I didn't even touch it. Okay. So as I was sharing, as I was saying, I have a brand challenge for you. 6 different things that you need to try before the next session. And the first one was update your WhatsApp bio or email signature. Like you see, when you send emails, there's normally, the beauty is, I will not tell you how to do it. You need to figure it out. There's a way in terms of when you're sending emails, sometimes you have to every single time write best regards, then your name, then your phone number. But there's a feature in Gmail where it can already be auto-written. So you need to learn. If you don't know how to do that, you need to find out how to do that. So you have the option. You can use your WhatsApp bio, email signature, or even LinkedIn headline. You can kind of, playing with AI, you can actually kind of throw it in where it communicates your brand statement somewhere in that summary. So that is challenge 1. You can choose any of those. Update your WhatsApp bio, email signature, or LinkedIn headline with your brand statement. Number 2 is use your brand sentence in your CV summary or cover letter intro. So if you're applying for jobs, you can kind of capture your brand sentence. The thing is, I know one of the things I need to tell you, it won't sound exactly like how you're saying it, like I am known for 1, 2, 3. So to make it sound a little bit better, since we use AI a lot, like for me, I'm a huge fan of ChatGPT because we use it at work. It's like the main one. You can ask it, this is my brand statement and I want to include it in this CV summary as I'm working on it. So it can write it for you in a way that captures what you're trying to say. If it's a cover letter, same thing. Like later on, a few sessions from now, I'll teach you how to use AI to actually look at your CV, cover letter, where you don't have to struggle every time. I have to think of how to write this thing. So I'll show you, but right now I want you to try. So you can try use your brand sentence in your CV summary or cover letter intro. Number 3, practice saying it out loud in front of a mirror or as a voice note. So you can literally say it out in front of a mirror or you can record yourself somewhere, okay? So if you're able to do that, you can try that one. The 4th one, test it out with a friend, mentor, or accountability partner. So as you're talking to someone that you know, you're like, we learned about brand statements, and I just wanted to share with you mine, and then you say it out loud, okay? Then number 5, use it in a group setting. So let's say you find yourself, maybe you're studying right now, so you attend classes, or you're somewhere, you're networking with people, or you find an opportunity to introduce yourself somewhere. I want you to try and mention it. My PC is down. I forgot to. Then the 5th one is, sorry?
We lost you a bit after you said, what did you say? Please repeat your last statement.
I'm not connected. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just saying I was connecting my laptop. So I've said the 5th one was using it in a group setting. Could be class if you are studying. It could be you are networking with people. It could be somewhere you just found. It could even be a family gathering. You know, there are these gatherings where families, you find everyone introduces themselves. You can throw it in there, you know. And then finally, start a conversation with a stranger using your brand sentence. So maybe you are like me. Okay, me, I'm normally fearful of matatu. So you're sitting next to someone and you find an opportunity to talk to them. Maybe you're at a wedding somewhere and you meet someone random and you get a chance to introduce yourself. So find a stranger. Find a stranger. Could be where sometimes you go to the marketplace. I know it sounds funny, but let me repeat those things again, but we'll share the slide and all the details. The first challenge is update either your WhatsApp bio, email signature, or LinkedIn headline with your brand statement. The second one, use your brand sentence in your CV summary. It's normally at the top. After your personal details, there's normally like a short section that introduces you. So the CV summary or cover letter intro if you're applying somewhere, and use ChatGPT just to make it sound better. Then the third one, practice saying it out loud in front of a mirror or as a voice note. You can record yourself and listen to yourself. Do I sound confident as I'm saying this thing? You know, does it have good flow? Does it communicate something? And then number 4, test it out with a friend or a mentor or an accountability partner that you may have. So you can say it to them. Then number 5, use it in a group setting. It could be a class, networking call, or even an intro circle where you're introducing yourself somewhere. And then finally, start a conversation with a stranger using your brand sentence. So you have the freedom to choose the ones that you want to do. I'll be curious to hear how the experiences went, so that's basically it. So finally, then we wrap this thing up. Finally, we're going to do something called a poll. We're going to vote.
Rogers,
yes?
apologies, it's Elsie. There's someone who has said they have not gotten the third and fourth task. If you may please repeat it for them.
Okay. Let me just repeat quickly. So let me just repeat all of them as I launch this poll. Actually, it's going to be on the poll. Let me share the poll. It has all of them. It's going to have all of them. I hope that will help. But let me read them out as I share the poll. It's basically asking you which of the 6 challenges feels like your first step. Yeah. But let me read them out even as if you come across the poll, just click the one that you feel you'd want to start off with. Number 1 is update your WhatsApp bio, email signature, or LinkedIn headline. Number 2, use your brand sentence in your CV summary or cover letter intro. Number 3, practice saying it aloud in front of a mirror or as a voice note. Number 4, test it out with a friend, mentor, or accountability partner. Number 5, use it in a group setting. It could be in class, it could be a networking event, it could be just somewhere you found you had to introduce yourself. Number 6, start a conversation with a stranger using your brand sentence. I hope that helps, but I can see people voting, so I'll give you a second to do that. Still quite a number of people. We have only like 16 people who have voted so far. They're like 48.
Hello.
Yes?
I'm not seeing it in my screen. Yeah, kindly.
Because it's supposed to come. Esther, are you able to help me figure that out? Because normally it's supposed to come on your screen.
It's supposed to be a pop-up, or on your phone, it could be something. I can even, let me see if I can share. I can share the, what's it called? I don't know if you've ended the poll. I think,
no,
I've not ended it. It's still ongoing. It has ended itself. Oh no. It ended itself.
I was trying, maybe you can restart it, because I was trying to see if I can share and it's ended.
I think it had unlimited time. I've opened it. So I think it takes 1 minute. So kindly, in less than 30 seconds, just vote again, kindly. In less than 30 seconds.
Because also I'm seeing many of you are asking about time and when we're about to finalize. So this is what we are waiting for.
Because this is basically it, and then we wrap it up. But basically, the poll should end in less than a minute. So if it ends itself, but I'm seeing people voting. So kindly, when it comes across, just
where is it? Where can I access it?
It shows up on your screen.
Okay, I've already managed.
Okay,
thank you.
It just pops up on your screen. Esther, on the phone, is it different?
It should be. I think, Elsie, maybe you could share how you do it on the phone.
I have not logged in with the phone today, but unless...
Do you remember where it's supposed to be?
Yes, it used to...
It's about to end itself.
There is the option of more. They click on the more and yes, and there is that option of polls. I don't know if it's possible for everyone to access it.
You have the 3 dots on your phone. Is it on the left?
Yes, on your right.
Yeah, I found it.
Yes.
Okay.
I found it.
Awesome. We have 20 more people to go.
Okay.
Please let's vote.
I don't know, why is this coloring thing coming up? I don't know. I hope it's not showing on your screens, but there's some sort of weird thing that's blocking the whole. And I'm not
There's someone who's drawing. I don't know if our Zoom has been hacked.
Yes, unfortunately, it's showing.
And Gida, we have our cybersecurity people. Are we being hacked? I am now getting scared. So at this point, we are just waiting for you guys to vote, and I'll also be sharing a feedback survey. We want to tailor these sessions to suit the needs that you may have in terms of training, and also to find out how the session has been. So I would really request that all of us, it will only take like 2 to 3 minutes to fill in the survey, for you to give your feedback, so that we can see areas to improve, what to do better next time, and what you got from the session. So I'll be sharing it in the chat and also on in the WhatsApp group. So please also do fill that as we continue responding to the survey.
Yeah, so ideally, I think you'll just share, but I think for me, I'm done. So the wrap-up is just basically make sure what we've done is we've found the brand words that you can use. You've created a brand statement, but now you have 6 different ways to practice. So make sure you go and test, go and ask people that are close to you, how would you describe me in 3 words? Then compare to your brand words. Then also try out the challenges, and then next time we'll actually talk about how it went. So I think I'm done. If there's any question, I'll respond, but I think I'm done. Esther, over to you.
Oh, sorry for catching you short, but yeah, thank you so much, Rogers, for the session. For those of us who have not yet responded to the poll, I think it's still running. So we have like 13 of you who have not responded, and we want so that I want to see what I'll be keeping you guys accountable for before the next session. We need to do all this, so please indicate what you would want to do. I'm still giving us a few more minutes to respond to the poll, and then I'm also
Esther, you can share with me. Oh, yeah, you've shared. Thank you. Someone was asking. Lillian, it's in the chat. Sorry for interrupting you. Someone was asking where the link is.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much. I know we have gone a bit past the time. Some of you are saying that your bundles are running out, and I'm grateful that you took your time. I mean, I'm seeing like wow, many of you have stayed through the entire session. I hope it was helpful. At this point in time, I just want to give you guys, I don't want to talk a lot. I just want to give anyone who has a question, anyone who has a comment to give, you can share. But at this point in time, we're grateful, and you've come to the end of the session. Please ensure you respond to the poll and fill in the feedback form. Would really appreciate. And maybe if anyone has a comment or question, you can maybe stay behind and ask the question or give the comment. Thank you guys very much for your time.
Thank you for the session. We are going to build our brands, and we're going to be great people in the society. It's somewhere to start from, and we are going to be better as time goes. So thank you so much for organizing this session, and we are looking forward to having more of this.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm glad you will take this up, and definitely we will have more sessions, and we will make them even better. I know and as compared to what we had today.
Okay, maybe a bit. I have a question
about the next meeting. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
So someone was asking when is the next meeting.
Oh, okay. These are monthly meetings, so the next meeting will be in the next month. I will share the exact date before then.
Okay. We'll share via group or the email.
Yes, both.
Okay, thank you.